live on YouTube as well. All right. Today we are talking about how your thoughts sabotage your sound, how your thoughts sabotage your singing, how your thoughts can interfere with your most powerful, effective performances and impact as a singer. And really and truly, you have one job as a singer, and that is to impact your audience. And if you're doing this professionally, the bigger the impact, the bigger the income. So at the end of the day, your ability to make that kind of impact is your livelihood, and it is the number one driver and engine of your journey as a singer. And the thing that so many serious singers, professional singers, don't realize is the role that your thinking plays in your ability to create your best sound. You see, most singers are, when we talk about how they are traditionally trained and how they have been trained in, 300 years of history or more of, training voices, most singers are traditionally trained from the neck down. And so what that means is they are not trained, or they are not training the one part of your instrument, right? As a singer, your whole body is your instrument, not just this. So traditional training trains you from the neck down and leaves out the one part of your instrument that can and will sabotage everything else if it is not trained, and that's your mind. Because your body can't do what your brain is sabotaging. Any athlete will tell you that, right? Any pro athlete, Olympian. And you as a singer, you are an athlete. You are no different. You are training your body to do the same thing over and over again for a desired outcome. It's no different than, Patrick Mahomes training his arm so that when he gets in that game, that muscle memory is there and he didn't have to think about it. He can be in the present moment of the game. And as a singer, you are the same way. Your training is to train the technique in your body the same way Patrick Mahomes trains the technique in his arm, so that when you get in the game, right, when you get in your performances, auditions, moments that count, recordings, right, you have a muscle memory that serves the outcome that you have, which is to be the most open channel of sound, for that sound to move through your body and be received by the audience for the biggest impact. Now, there is one thing that can get in the way of this happening in its most effective manner, whether you are an athlete like Patrick Mahomes or whether you are a singing athlete like we are. And that is your thoughts. What you think can interrupt the muscle memory that you have trained and trained and trained for so long. So that even the highest trained singers, even the most formidably trained athletes, like if you think about the gymnast, Simone Biles, right? Like she's a machine, right? When it comes to how trained physically she is. But not this past Summer Olympics, but 2 Summer Olympics ago when she left the games. You guys remember? Where she just she walked out in the middle. And it wasn't because that training wasn't physically in her body. It was because her mind wasn't trained. And then P.S., 4 years later, the only difference in her training was that she trained her mind along with her body. And now she's winning gold medals again, right? And we are no different. I could give you the best training in the world. I could talk to you about breath support and give you the best training on your resonance, on vowels, on all that stuff. And if your brain is sabotaging your body from using it in the moment that counts, that training doesn't matter. So vocal technique does not exist in a vacuum because the mind can sabotage it. And so here's how that works, okay? I think if you guys follow my content enough, if you've been to our workshops, I talk about this all the time, and you understand that your body is always responding to your brain all day, every day, in ways you're present to, in ways you are not, right? Your brain is responsible for sending the electrical signals for your breathing, your digestion, the things that we don't notice, and also the things that we do notice. It is responsible for sending signals that are based on what you interpret in your environment, right? If you're being chased by a crazy dog, your brain interprets the dog and goes danger, right? And then it sends all those signals in the form of electrical signals, also in the form of stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, to put you in that moment so that you run away from the dog, so that your body responds to the thought, right? So your brain is always interfacing with your body all day, every day in these ways. And for Joe Schmo, who, is not a singer and not, somebody who doesn't matter if their body is their instrument or not in a professional way or in a capacity that needs an outcome, right? If you're just, Joe Schmo sitting at your computer doing your data processing job, embodying your thoughts and your feelings, it may not be comfortable, but it's not going to stop you from doing your data processing job, right? But for a singer whose body is her instrument, the fact that your body takes on your thoughts and your feelings as part of this interface that we were just talking about, that has a dramatic effect on your ability to do your job. If you are fearful in an audition because you just heard the woman sing before you while you were waiting in the waiting room for your turn, and she's like amazing, and she's doing the same song, let's say, that you're going to sing, and now you're going into that compare and despair cycle and that shame spiral, and now it's making you frustrated and scared because you don't feel like you could measure up, right? All of those thoughts are living in your body. Your body physicalizes your thoughts and your feelings. It's just part of being human. It's what we do. And so now you have to go in there and audition and do your job, right? But you're walking in and now you're in fear. You're in compare and despair. You're in proving mode. You got to prove you're good enough. You got to stand up from the competition, or else you're going to lose what you have or not get you what you want, right? In that moment, all of your hopes and dreams to be a professional singer so that you can quit your awful, crappy side jobs, nannying for this person and bartending over here and doing whatever, what I'm saying, that you hate, all of the fear of, being 10 years older, 20 years older and never having succeeded because you can't win in this moment, according to your stinking thinking, back up on you, and they cause your body to react to that feeling of needing to prove, needing to fight this fear so that you don't fail and you do succeed. And all of that causes your body to go into its fight or flight. And now all the things that you otherwise know in your technique get completely overridden and sabotaged, because now you're in that fear of failure, that needing to prove mode, and your body is responding to that by make, force, do, push, manipulate, control, and all of that shows up in that moment in the audition that you open your mouth to sing and sabotages the good technique that you otherwise know. So then the sound is not what you want. You have evidence that you're not good enough, that you should be scared, which then just perpetuates the fear cycle, perpetuates the cycle of needing to prove, needing to force, needing to over control, which then just gives you more of that sound that you don't like, that's not your potential. But you're not getting jobs, you're not getting gigs, you're not standing out from the competition, you're not making income, you're not booking things and getting to that next level. It will take you out because you can only withstand that amount of rejection for so long. And so this is why talented singers quit, because their mindset is not as trained as their skill set. Their thinking is not being trained in the same way that their technique is being trained. And so in that moment, even though you know how to use your breath support, you know what your resonant shape and space is going to be, you know how to manage your appoggio over the course of a phrase, in that moment, in that audition, your thoughts are sabotaging your sound, because these fear-based thoughts, these fears of failure, they are convincing you that what you know is not enough, that what you have is not enough. And so then you don't trust it, and you try to force and do more. Or it might cause you to go the other direction and just flee, right? Fight or flight in the moment of a challenge. You might flee and just completely go back into the bunker and take your hands off the wheel, in which case it's the same outcome, because you're not going all in on your technique the way that you otherwise know how to do. So this is how your thinking, your thoughts the stinking thinking that I call it, if it's not trained, this is how it sabotages your body, because your body is always responding to your brain, always, in ways you're present to and in ways you're not. And so in those moments, you have a mind-body connection that is working against you. It is not working for you. It is broken. Well, I shouldn't say it's broken. It's working. It's just working to the wrong end, right? And so how do we leverage a mind-body connection that works for you instead of against you so that you succeed both on stage and off? And the way you do that is you have to start training the mind in moments that don't count, right? Don't wait till the big audition or the big recording session to start looking at your mindset, right? That's like literally, that would be as though Simone Biles was waiting until, the week or two before the Olympics to start training her routine. She would never do that. And neither should you. You would never wait to learn your music or practice your songs until the week before the performance. You would never do that. And yet that's how singers think about the mindset. It is the bastard stepchild right now, and it is kicking the door down, demanding attention. Because if you're not where you want to be, if you are putting in so much time and effort and money and energy into building a singing career, and you are out there hustling, you are auditioning, you are recording, you are, pitching for gigs, and you're trying to do all this. And if you're doing all that and you're not getting the results that you want for that high level, for that career at that high level that you really want, then likely 99% is because you haven't addressed the mindset piece. It has to be trained all along with your skill set, with your technique. And so how do we do that? Well, I can tell you in our intensive training program, the way we do that is we teach singers an 8-module arc of building rock solid mindset. And so that has daily guided meditations that start to help you when you're not in the moment that counts, but when you're in a daily practice of conditioning your mindset for present moment awareness, for acceptance, for understanding expectations, for self-compassion, for dealing with fear. These are all things that are involved in building a rock solid mindset on a daily basis so that when you get into the moment that counts, it is there for you. It is the same thing as how you would do your vocalises every day to condition and practice your voice and your skill set so that when you get into the moment that counts in the audition, those things are there for you. So first of all, it's understanding that this is a daily process and a daily practice that can be built. This is if you experience nerves, if you experience a lot of tension in your body when you go in to sing, right? These are mindset problems that are affecting your skill set. It's affecting your body from being able to make that sound that makes the biggest impact, that gets you the high level opportunity. So I want to invite you guys to start to witness your thoughts. This is the beginning, as my old Russian ballet teacher from growing up, what she used to say, we do it from the beginning, okay? So this is the beginning, which is witness your thoughts. Most of the time, the thoughts that are screaming at you, that is fear-based inner critic ego mind. That is not your awareness, okay? Your awareness is that part of you that is connected to something greater, whatever you believe in, the universe, energy, God, it doesn't matter. It's the voice of your consciousness. It is the voice of your soul. It goes by many names. It is the thing that came in when you were born. It is the thing that leaves when you die. Listen to that voice. It is the small voice. It is the voice of your inner knowing. And it 9 times out of 10 gets drowned out by the voice of your fear, your inner critic, your ego. If it's screaming at you, it's that voice. It is not the voice of your awareness. So learn to witness that still small voice inside of you that is your awareness, and witness from that perspective, witness your thoughts. The thoughts that are like, oh my God, that person is so good. I could never sing like that. That's not a thought that serves me. I'm seeing that. I'm from my awareness, I'm witnessing my inner critic, fear-based mind. Give me that thought. But that doesn't serve me. That makes me feel inferior. That makes me feel small. That makes me feel not good enough. But here I have this audition and I really want to do well. So I'm going to fight that thought and I'm going to force my voice so that I can stand out. And now you're in that feedback loop that doesn't end well. So before you can start to change anything, awareness comes first. Like in any big transformation, awareness is the first piece. So before anything else, start to become aware of your thoughts. Without judgment, that's the second piece, acceptance. Without judgment, awareness, then acceptance. I see that thought. Wow, looks like I am feeling unworthy. Looks like maybe I get to look at some things. Like, is there, and then you can take action, but is there action that's born out of fear and the not good enough thinking, or is it action that's born out of awareness and acceptance? Okay, I can see that maybe I need some skills to be more consistent when I go into auditions, more consistent with my breath support, more consistent with my high notes, more consistent with my thinking. Okay, where can I get training on those things? Like, rather than it just like shutting you down in the moment, right? Any action that's taken out of fear and unworthiness and intimidation that you're putting on yourself is never going to be the thing that serves you in the long run. So it's always being able to tap into your awareness with acceptance, meaning without judgment, and seeing what is, and then taking action on what you need to do for your voice, for your singing, for your career from that place. Okay. So you understand how your thoughts can sabotage your sound and your career trajectory. And now you understand the first piece and how you can start to leverage a mind-body connection that works for you instead of sabotaging you. Now, there are many other pieces that go into this. And this is the kind of training that we do in the intensive training program, because we break it down weekly into these modules that are smaller, digestible pieces to build this foundation for you, for your mindset, to rebuild a mind-body connection that serves you rather than sabotages you. And we do that in conjunction with your skill set, teaching you your technique, the breath support, the resonance work, the vowels, the consistency, upward, all those things. If you are a serious singer, meaning you are in the hustle, you are out there, you are auditioning, you are performing, you are doing the things, and you're not seeing the results that you want in the form of the high-level career that you really wish for, and you want some help to build the foundation that will change everything for you. That's what the intensive training program is for. And I want to invite you to book a call with me to see if it's a fit for you. So we're going to talk about where you are in your singing, where you want to go in your singing, the gap between the things that are getting in the way. And I will walk you through the strategy that we use with the singers in our intensive training program and see if it's a fit for you. And if it is, great. I'll show you what that looks like and we can talk about it. And if it's not, that's okay too. This work is not for everyone, you guys. This is not for you if you are a total newbie and you've never sung before and you just want to sing better for, a wedding that you're going to or for karaoke. This work is not for you, okay? But because we don't work with newbie singers. But if you are out there and you have been singing and you're noticing that what you're doing is not getting you what you want, you've either had training before and you're still dealing with the same vocal issues that have been plaguing you, and you're still getting into the callbacks and not getting the role, releasing records that are getting like 1,000 plays instead of 100, 1 million, and you're not seeing the results in the form of the high-level recording career. You're pitching for festivals and gigs for you solo or for your band, and crickets, nobody's biting, right? There is a disconnect. You are not making that impact. And a huge reason that impact is not breaking through is because I guarantee you, in the moments that count, recording, performances, auditions, you are not making that impact because your mind-body connection is working against you instead of for you. And so if you want to learn if this work is right for you to fix that problem once and for all, so that you do stand out, you do get to that next level, that's who this call is for. So I'm putting the link to book a discovery call with me in the comments. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, the link to book a call with me is in the, description, the video description of the video that you're watching right now. So you can just click on that. Hello, Colleen, I see you. Oh, Colleen, I'm just loving your comment. I'm so grateful that we were able to make such a huge difference in your singing in your life. So thank you for tuning in today, just for a little juice up. I'm going to text you after this so we can reconnect more. All right, you guys. So get on my call calendar. Let's talk this through. If you guys have been watching me live and you hear me invite you to book a call every week when I do, and you're like shy and you're just like sitting on the sidelines, even though you know that you need something to change what's been going on with your singing and your journey with your voice and your career, then don't be shy. Get on my call calendar. We'll talk. We'll talk about what's going on. And if the training program is a fit for you, great. If it's not, it's okay. We'll part friends. It's not a big deal. But don't sit on the sidelines any longer. Get the information that might be the thing, like for Colleen, that changed everything for you. So that is my invitation. I look forward to talking to those of you who feel that this is the right time. And honestly, like, when is the right time, right? It's kind of like at a certain point, just like, put your energy where your mouth is, as they say, and just like get some new information. Because the worst thing that can happen is you don't know what you don't know. And so then you just stay where you are. So get on my call calendar and I will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.